So this video is basically, we're doing it for all of the guys who are going to do the hill walk with us for charity, but it's also for other sports people. So we just want to show you two of the things that we used to make when we were cycling around Ireland. So they're really easy raw foods, recipes courtesy of Michael, thanks Michael, but we used to eat them all of the time on the training cycles, because you can make them quickly, you can put them in the freezer and you can just take them out as you need them. So just for our hill walkers at the weekend, it might be something that you'd like to try. So anyway, so the first one is chocolate chia bombs. So for this you need some tahini, okay? So that's just basically ground sesame seeds. When you open the jar, the oil will have moved to the top, as with all nut butters, so just give it a stir. Okay, and it's about half a jar of tahini. Okay, so it's a little bit sticky. Okay. It's just a few tablespoons of maple syrup, and we'll put the recipe up for you as well. Okay, so again, these are training foods, a little bit different to what we're normally talking about in class. Okay, so you can just stir that until it becomes a paste. It's usually easy enough to work with because it's quite sticky. Okay, so anyway, after that, chia seeds. So you want milled chia seeds, okay, or ground chia seeds. So it's about half a cup. I'm just making a small amount now, but you can make this bigger depending on how many you need. Okay, the same for ground almonds. If you like chocolate, well, it actually gives it a nice flavour. So you're looking at about 2 tablespoons of cocoa. So just try and get a good quality one. I got this one in the health food shop. Okay. Now I just know by looking at it, it's still a little bit dry, so I'm just going to put in more maple syrup. A little bit of water. So you really just have to encourage it to mix. Into a paste. Okay, we'll just leave that for a sec. And basically all we're going to do is roll a small amount just for an individual serving size. But if you like, you can roll them into coconut. So if you do like coconut, it's a nice option, and it stops them from being really sticky on the outside as well. Or you could roll it into crushed nuts or ground almonds or whatever you like yourself. So just put some coconut on the plate. Obviously, wash your hands before you do this. You could put on gloves if you like. I'm the only one that will be eating these, so I'll go ahead and roll them. Okay, so just roll them like so, and then if you want, you can cover them in coconut, or as I said, mixed chopped nuts or whatever you want. Okay, so there's one into an airtight container, and they're all going to go into the freezer. Okay, so we can take them out then. They store very well for a few weeks. So we used to, you know, make enough that they'd last 2 or 3 of the long Sunday cycles. And you can literally eat them from the freezer as well. They don't actually freeze hard. They just freeze enough that they have texture that you can carry them with you. Okay, so a little bit of a messy job, but they are delicious. So these have a good concentration of protein, carbohydrates and fats, but it's good. It's a good source in terms of fuel for exercise. So that's why we used to use them, and also they're really tasty. Because when you're doing the ultra stuff, as anyone who does that knows, when you're out for 10 or 15 hours or multi-days, you have to put the right fuel into your body, and you also have to create snacks that suit you, that are palatable, because otherwise you won't be inclined to eat them. Okay. Now I'm making these ones quite large, and you can make them smaller, so you get about 6 out of the ingredients, the amount of ingredients that we've just discussed. So obviously if you want to make a big batch, you can double the ingredients. That's what we used to do when we were doing all of the long sessions. The last one. And that's desiccated coconut. Okay, that's it. 6 chia bombs, absolutely delicious.